In this video, I will go over some of the design rules, design principles, and design thinking behind this interface design. This is an interface design for metro ticket vending machines. And the first thing we have to keep in mind when we are designing user interfaces is simplicity, because people understand simple things better. It's easier for people to understand things when they are simple. And the goal of a user interface is to be simple so that people understand it. And to ensure simplicity, there are some design rules and principles that we have to follow. And one of these design rules is the Higgs law. Higgs law is a design rule that says that if you provide too many options to users, it will take them longer to make decisions. They might get confused. And it's better if you provide them just a few options. So this is a user interface, for example, this is a user interface for metro ticket vending machines that implements the Higgs law. This is why this interface is only displaying 3 options to the user. That's because it is obeying the Higgs law. The problem with this interface is that this is an incomplete experience, and because the experience here is incomplete, that means you need other screens to display the remaining options that are needed for users to get what they need. So these are the other screens. So now we have a problem. And the problem is that instead of having one screen with multiple options, we have multiple screens, each with multiple options. And this is an even worse problem, because every time you press a button, you have to transition to another screen. And every time you transition to another screen, the user flow is disrupted, and you don't want to disrupt the user flow ever. That's bad customer experience. Every time the user moves to another screen, that means the user have to refocus to the new screen and the new items options that are displayed to them. And this is a very bad problem, and we have to solve this problem. This is the result of implementing Higgs law, and these machines are everyday devices, and this is not a proper experience for these machines. Also, the wait line gets long at these machines sometimes, and we cannot have people taking their time here in these machines and getting confused. We cannot afford that. So we have to solve this problem. This is a must. It is a must to solve this problem. So another design rule that we implement to make things simple is the Miller law. Miller law is a design rule that says that user can remember 6 to 7 options, but if you implement you can implement more than that if you properly arrange elements. And people can remember those options. They tolerate that. They can easily process that. If you overload them with information, then they get confused, they get lost. But if you properly arrange things in the screen, they can process it and they can remember. So this interface design, this is the interface design I am proposing for metro ticket vending machine. Here we can see that elements are properly arranged so that users can easily process. Users don't feel overloaded with the elements in this screen. And this is an interface design that disobeys the Higgs law. When you disobey the Higgs law, that means you have multiple options in the screen, more than 3, more than 4. So when you have multiple options in the screen, you have to arrange them. You have to properly arrange them. You have to divide them by group so that people can easily tell them apart from one another. So some ways that we can group elements in the screen is by similarity, by proximity, and by color. And when we divide items, we can divide items by proximity. When you divide items by proximity, the human brain automatically knows that this is one group and this is another group, just because it sees them separated by one little space. The human brain automatically knows that this is one group and this is another group, even though they contain the same items. It doesn't matter. So this is grouping items by proximity. In here we can notice that items are grouped by proximity. We have one group here at the top, we have one group here in the middle, and we have one group here at the bottom. So these items are grouped by proximity. Another way we can group items is by color. Here we have one group of one color, and we have another group at the bottom of another color. The brain notices the difference of colors, and the brain automatically knows these are two different groups. So in here we have different colors. We have one color at the top, we have one color in the middle, and we have one color at the bottom. Another way to group items is by similarity. So here we have some items, one shape at the bottom, and some items of a different shape at the bottom. I mean, some items of one shape at the top and some items of a different shape at the bottom. So the brain automatically knows that these two are two different groups. So in here we have one shape at the top, rectangle, horizontal small rectangles at the top. We have large vertical rectangles in the middle, and we have some rectangles at the top, some square rectangles at the bottom, I mean. So this is how you properly arrange elements in the screen when you have more than 3 or 4 options. This way users can easily tell them apart and make decisions that they need to make.